Cut that part out. Kevin Durant passes Dirk Nowitzki for the 6th place on the NBA career scoring list. Danny Avdya returns to NBA action after 3 games out. And the Hornets keep rolling. My name is Levi Jacob, and you are now with the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. Game of the night for me. The Portland Trailblazers beat the Sacramento Kings 117-110. Danny Avdya scored 26 points with 8 rebounds and 8 assists in his return. They really missed him. Shaedon Sharpe put up 27 and 7, continuing his good output while Denny was out. And Donovan Clingan puts up a monster double-double with 21, 17, a block, and 3 assists, 6 of 9 shooting. Toumani Camara also contributes with 17 points on a perfect shooting night, 7 of 7 from the field. And they just overtook this Kings team. There's a lot of respect that people had out on the court for Denny tonight. A lot of love shown by Russell Westbrook. 23, 3 and 7 from him with 3 steals, 9 of 15 shooting. Zach LaVine, he's put up a modest season scoring wise. Aside from that, I think that he's just waiting for his next team. And Malik Monk shows some life off the bench with 23 points, 9 of 15 shooting, 5 of 9 from 3, 26 minutes. Cardwell, I think, is my favorite King this season, even with Russell Westbrook there. He just brings a lot of energy. I love this guy. He had 12 and 10 as well, with a steal, a block, and an assist, also in 26 minutes. And Sabonis has started to pick up the minutes again, but 20 minutes flat. I don't know if he's going to remain with this team, but it's going to be interesting to find out. You really, with the Kings, you never know what's going to happen. And on top of that, it really seems like anything could happen because of the fact that there's just so many, there's veterans, there's rookies, everybody's playing, everybody's not playing. It's totally nuts. I want to give a little bit of love to Caleb Love, actually. This game he had 6 points on 3 of 10 shooting, but majority of the time that Denny has been out, he's been playing pretty well. In the past few weeks, he's been playing pretty well. So that's pretty fun. Again, not really contributing to this game, but still. All right, next, the Lakers beat the Raptors 110-93. Luka and LeBron had a Luka and LeBron-like game, honestly. Luka, 25-2, 7-1-1, 8 of 23 shooting. That's not pretty, but LeBron put up 24, 4 and 7 with 2 blocks. He's not getting enough credit this season. I feel like he really does look like he's still a contributing basketball player at a very, very high level. Like, he's the number one option on a good number of teams in this NBA, which is crazy because he's 41 and shouldn't be, but he's performing at all-star level still. He's really, really playing incredibly. DeAndre Ayton, 25, 13, had 10 of 10 from the field. A lot of lobs going on, which is great, and I'm happy that he's running the floor effectively. Not many contributions otherwise from the team. It's all spread around, kind of. But this Lakers team against the Raptors it's not really a test of anything, in my eyes, at the very least. So, I'm not so impressed with what they put up over the last week. And hopefully they look to improve, because I really love to see LeBron in a competitive situation. I just don't think it's going to be this. And I wonder even what move there really is to make for them, and if they're going to try to do something before the trade deadline. So we'll see what happens. Scotty Barnes, 22, 9 and 3. Brandon Ingram, 19, 6 and 7. I'm happy that he's playing this season. I'm happy that he's healthy. The past few seasons he hasn't been able to play. He's either been with the Pelicans and not played basically at all, or last season when he literally just didn't play. I would be really happy to see this health continue for him, but he's a very good basketball player. He's very, very underrated. People are not giving him enough credit. Colin Murray-Boyles also was good for them. He's basically become their starting center because Jakob Poeltl doesn't play anymore, I guess, on that humongous contract that they just gave him. He's just not around. He's been out with back issues kind of, I think, all of the season, basically. 11, 7, 5, and 3. Again, Colin Murray-Boyles is 6'9", doing everything for a center that you need, and he's a rookie. I'm very, very impressed with 5 of 7 shooting also. And Mamu, 26, 2, 1 and 1, 8 of 12 shooting. He continues to be a 6th man of the year competitor. That's, if he continues to come off the bench, because they've had a fair number of injuries. But he probably will if they have this core three of Murray, Boyles, Ingram, and Barnes on the court, because he doesn't really help them space the floor as much as they need. So as long as he's coming off the bench, it's a good arrangement. I really wonder for them as well. I wonder what it looks like moving forward. I think that Quickly is the odd man out here, and I would not be surprised if he was moved, even though they just gave him. He also got extended. I think he either got extended this past year or the year before that. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this past year. He also got a new contract, but he's just not what they're looking for. He's really not what they're looking for. They're likely going to try to move on and go somewhere else. Even if they can't really get good value for him, they probably will, just because I don't think addition by subtraction. Not to say that he's not anything against Emmanuel Quickly. I just don't think that he's the right player for this team. Next, Hornets 110 versus the Nuggets 87. The Hornets have put together a few solid wins here in the last month, to be honest with you. I like this team while healthy. Kalkbrenner's back in the lineup. Brendan Miller put up a 23-point game this game. Con Knippel, he's doing good as always. It was a 14-point game for him, but he was still shooting efficiently, doing all the Con Knippel things, connective basketball. LaMelo Ball didn't have the best game, 10, 1, and 6. 4 of 11, 19 minutes. Bridges didn't really do much, but Moussa Diabate, I really like this guy a lot. 4 points, 9 rebounds, a block, and 2 assists, but he's the energy guy that this team needs. I think that this team is very prone to be affected by negative energy. You saw it a lot last year with the Hornets. This year, I think that no matter what's going on, if they're even losing, he's just trying to get rebounds and just trying to play basketball. And I really, really respect it. I like it a lot. The same thing I think with Con Knippel. I think that both of them together on the court is more effective than any one single player that they have. Kalkbrenner, like I said, off the bench, 17, 6, and no blocks. Sorry, I'm used to him having blocks. He's a big guy. Used to having blocks. 8 of 10 shooting though. Plus 17 because he helps this team. He really does. He's good. Rim contention. I'm happy to see that he's back in the line. He played 23 minutes after it was a long sustained injury with his elbow. But the past, I want to say 3 games he's been there, and it's looked a lot better. Seriously, this Hornets team, I wouldn't be surprised if they made it to the playoffs. They're looking much better. They're competitors. They really fight every single night when this team is healthy, especially again with those 2 people, Khan and Diabate, out there. Sexton chipped in with 14 and 5, and Tijan Salon had 13 and 11. So listen, maybe Ryan Russillo can sleep a little bit easier at night knowing that Tijan Salon is actually contributing to a winning basketball team at this point in time over the past month. Maybe not, because it doesn't make that much of a difference. Nuggets on the other side of the ball, Jamal Murray had 16 points, 7 of 12 shooting. Just kind of a lackluster game from everybody all around. Peyton Watson, who's been a 20-point per game scorer most nights this month, put up 11. And Julian Strother had 15. It wasn't a very inspired game. I think that this is a Sunday night game. Sometimes people just kind of take the night off. Next, the Rockets 119 versus the Pelicans 110. As I said before, Durant passed Dirk to become the 6th place in career points for the NBA. He had Durant 18. He needed to get to 17 in order to get there. He had 18. They're kind of throwing a lot of guys at him in order to be able to make sure that they didn't have the record set on them. Kevin Durant went 5 of 18 though from the field, so that's not the best, but he did it. It's okay. It's still Kevin Durant. He's still playing at a very high level. And Jabari Smith scored 32 points for them, 32 and 8. 11 of 21. He's kind of got his shooting stroke back a little bit. Şengün also contributed with 21, 8, 5, 4, 5 steals and a block. 9 of 15 shooting. He's come back from injury, looking pretty good so far. Getting a good amount of rebounds as well. That's for my fantasy team. Thank you, Şengün. Amin Thompson, 28 and 6, 10 of 14 shooting. And Steven Adams, 5 and 10, but he went out with an ankle injury. I don't know if it was ankle. It looked like a hamstring, maybe. I don't know exactly. It didn't look good, whatever it was. They don't need more injuries for this Rockets team. Maybe this defensive style of just running yourselves into the ground isn't the best look, and maybe it doesn't work long term. I hope that Fred VanVleet comes back this season for them, because I think that would make their lives a lot easier. And I think it is likely they try to trade Dorian Finney-Smith. He hasn't played much for them in the minutes that he has played. He played in this game. 8 points, 3 rebounds, played 16 minutes. They don't. This is not the function they need. They need more of a point guard. I think they're going to try to likely trade him for a point guard. It's hard. I want this Rockets team to succeed. I want them to stay healthy. But unfortunately, it's just like with Kevin Durant teams, I don't know what the deal is. People can't stay on the court. Maybe it's like in part his fault because of who he demands to be on the team. But these are all like also, I don't know. It's just, I want them to be healthy. On the other side of the ball, Trey Murphy, third, had 21 points. He's been playing awesome this season. I mention it every single time, but I like him a lot. 4 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, a block. Zion, 26 and 4, 30 minutes for him. Derek Queen, not his best game, but still a good game. Big Derek Queen guy. 15, 4, and 5 assists with a steal, 7 of 12 shooting. Sadiq Bey, also contributing some with 11 points. Poole is so inconsistent this year. It's really, really crazy. Some games he has like 30 points with a crazy amount of threes. In some games he's literally like this with 13 points, 5 of 11 shooting, but he just doesn't. I don't know. He's weird. Jordan Poole is a weird guy in regards to his output on a basketball court. Remember when he was like the second coming of Steph, and then he just like turned into Jordan Poole at the beginning of his career. And Yves Missy's been playing more minutes, and that's been helping them so far. So I don't think this team is going to really win any more games, but they have a lot of young pieces, and I'm looking forward to the future for them. They still need to trade Zion, honestly, and they should, but we'll find out what happens. Next, Bulls beat the Nets 124 to 102. Kobe White, 24 points. He had it coming on as of late. 8 of 14 shooting, 7 11 from the field. Sorry, from 3. Nick Vucevic, 17 and 11 with 6. I believe that Josh Giddey's supposed to come back soon. I think he played with the G League team on Sunday. So he's this night of games. So I think he's supposed to be back in the lineup soon after quite a long time out. Matas Buzelis, 17, 5 and 5 on 6 of 13 shooting, 2 blocks again. This guy blocks like he's a big. It's awesome. I love it. Jalen Smith, 12 and 10, 2 steals, 5 of 8, 2 of 4. He's been playing he's been a very good role player for this Bulls team, and I think that he actually could like be a good contributor on another team if he like was on the Pacers, for example. I would be happy for him if he's able to do that regularly. Dosunmu put up 19 points, 5 assists. Tyus Jones off the bench again. He's been starting this whole time while Giddey's been out, but now he's off the bench. 10 and 10 off the bench. 5 of 7 shooting, 24 minutes overall. That's pretty crazy for 24 minutes. 10 assists and 10 points in 24 minutes. That's pretty good. And now for the Nets. Danny Wolf led the team no, he didn't lead them in scoring, but he led them in, I guess, in impact. 14 points. This Nets team is very interesting. They really distribute the ball pretty well, including Nick Claxton, which I didn't think about. And so does Day'Ron Sharpe. Now he also passes the ball. Awesome. I love it. Nick Claxton, 12, 5, and 4 with 2 steals. Igor Demon with 11 points. By the way, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in a weird place now. Because beginning of the season, people were calling him Joman. Now everyone's back to calling him Demon. Which is it? Huh? Let me know in the comments. That's a fun thing to know in the comments. I don't know how you do that even like with audio, but let me know in the comments. Trey Mann, 9, 4, and 6. Sorry, not Trey Mann, Terrence Mann. And Noah Clowney put up another 2 blocks. He's another forward who gets a good amount of blocks. I like that. Could shoot some threes here and there, not in this game though. Nolan Traore. It's like always like interesting with the Nets because you're like, who tonight is going to score a random amount of points? That's a random one. That's a pretty random one. Nolan Traore with 16, 1, and 2. Jalen Wilson, 14 points. It's really evenly spread out, except for Cam Thomas, who had 10 assists. Good job, Cam Thomas, because people don't respect you for your passing because you don't usually pass. And this is a good 10 assist game for you. And this is, to be honest with you, didn't get a good grade as far as I think the NBA is concerned, viewership, whatever you want to call it. They were in England, and the Memphis Grizzlies blew out the Orlando Magic 126 to 109. John Morant returned and did something that I don't think a lot of people expected, which is put on a clinic, an absolute clinic. John Morant, 24, 5, and 13 with a steal, but 7 of 13 shooting, 3 of 4 from 3. He did that in the first half, the 3-point shooting. 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 24 and 13. they asked him after the game, what do you want the plan to be moving forward? He said, I have a tattoo of the Grizzlies on my back. This is where I want to be. I'm a loyal guy. I don't know if that's true. Some of the things that he said, I feel like over the course of time has not necessarily said that exactly. Where do I think John Morant's best fit is? I think, to be honest with you, being honest with myself, some part of me believes Miami, as far as I think that they would get his conditioning right. I think that he'd be healthy. I think that usually you see the guys who go to Miami. I think it'd also be good players around him. I think that his best fit still might be with the Grizzlies. And I think that this might be the best Grizzlies option is to have John Morant still stick around despite everything else. Like, even though I'm preaching that Zion Williamson should be moved, I think that he looks good on this team when he's able to do this, when he's able to play basketball and stop talking and just play basketball. This team looked great. They really look great. And I like him. I happen to like him, how he plays. I like distributing point guards. I like score first distributing point. Like, it's always fun. And he didn't take away so much from this game. I don't know. I'm impressed by this game. I didn't know that he still had it in him. He didn't look as slow as people have kept saying that he looks like he's lost a step physically. I don't think he did. I don't think that I think it's all been part of the media manipulation. Like, I mean, like for him as well. Like, I think that he's not been playing his best basketball because he's very discouraged by everything that's gone on. But I think that he still absolutely physically has it. Jaren Jackson Jr., 17 and 5, 7-15 shooting. Cedric Coward, 13 points on 6 of 10 shooting. He goes back to more efficient play. Whenever John Morant comes back, you see it literally, like, you see the numbers go up in efficiency. Jalen Wells, 10 points. Santi Aldama, 9 points. You see the ball being spread around. Jacques Landale, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Ja really, really helps his team. A steal, 2 blocks. He really stuffs the stat sheet. 9 of 11 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line. Jacques Landale is good job, Jacques Landale. Cam Spencer got some shine in this game as well. 18 minutes. Yeah, overall, just a really good game from the Grizzlies. The Magic really did not have a chance coming out of this game. Anthony Black, 19 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 of 15. He played well. Most other people on this team suffered a little bit. And it really was because the Grizzlies just came out and punched him in the mouth. Like, they just went all out. Wendell Carter Jr., 18.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds. That's 2 blocks, sorry. He's really, by the way, no one's talking about him. No one is talking about him. And people should be talking about him. He's really kicked his game up a notch, like very significantly. I'm very impressed by how Wendell Carter Jr. has contributed to this team, and his shooting specifically has been very big for them. But he's defending at a much higher level than he was last. Like, he's just much more of a contributor this season than he was last season. Remember that there was like a whole thing about, like, is he going to start? Is Goga going to start? Who's, he's been the starter and been very good in that role. Paolo Banchero, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. He's picked it up again. I've spoken about this recently, but Paolo Banchero's he's doing much better. Franz, 14 points, 4 rebounds. He hasn't had the best game since he's come back, but I'm happy to see that he is back. Desmond Bane, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He's contributing in other ways. His shot does not always fall with his team. He was more consistent with the Grizzlies. Since he came here, he's been a lot less consistent, but I think that will change, like, over the course of time. I think he'll just get more comfortable within the role. Also, Franz Wagner coming back. Paolo was out in the beginning of the year, now Franz was out, and blah, blah, blah. I think all those roles will be more adjusted, but having Anthony Black as that lead guard, he's good. Anthony Black is very good, and people should be excited about this Orlando Magic team's future, and they shouldn't be worried about if those two forwards fit next to each other. That's the same Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum conversation in my eyes, honestly. You have 2 offensive weapons, 2 people who are able to run the offense. They're going to have to learn how to take turns better. They're going to learn how to just be off ball better. Both of them are going to learn how to score better from 3 is the real reality. But I really believe that Jaylen Brown did it, and so did Jason Tatum, so they can do the same. Especially with Franz's shooting, when he's really locked in, his shooting is pretty exquisite. So I have full faith in him. Yeah, it was not a good game, but it was good performances, good individual performances. That was your daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. Shlomo will be back with us tomorrow. But I wish you all a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.